This guy unexpectedly discovered a method to travel through time, which he used to try to escape the friend zone, creating alternate realities each time he journeys to the past. The story begins on November 1st, 2017, at Avery's engagement celebration. Noah was mesmerized as he observed her give her speech because he was deeply in love with her. Avery mentioned that exactly 3 years earlier she had encountered the love of her life, which made Noah recall that day, October 31st, 2014. 3 years earlier, Noah attended a Halloween celebration where all the guests were enjoying themselves dancing in their costumes. In the middle of the celebration, a guy dressed as the Hulk accidentally bumped into Avery, which led to Noah meeting her. Our friend quickly noticed that she was dressed as a character from one of his beloved movies and she was really attractive, which is why he decided to get to know her better. She told him that her father was a military man, her preferred drink was grapefruit juice with vodka, and she had come to the celebration with her best friend named Carrie, who was making out with a doctor. Bored with the celebration, Avery asked Noah if he wanted to go somewhere else. Knowing she enjoyed jazz, they headed to the bar where Noah works as a pianist. While there, Avery asked if he knew how to perform any Count Basie songs. He said no, but demonstrated her his great skill on the piano. There was also a photo booth in the bar, so after singing together, they took some photographs. Then they went to Avery's apartment where they played games, ate cereal, and after Avery informed him she does charity work, he leaned in to kiss her. Now back to the present, Avery was getting married, but not to Noah. She was marrying Ethan because that evening she just hugged Noah. All these memories made Noah upset, so he started drinking heavily. He got intoxicated and began to vomit. Avery, concerned about her friend, asked what was wrong, but Noah just blamed the food. Avery then requested Carrie to take Noah home. During the ride, he poured out his heart to her, saying he has been in love with Avery for 3 years, and he believes he will never get over her. They arrived at the location Noah had given, which wasn't his house, but the bar where he works. There, his best friend Max was hanging out. As soon as Max spotted Carrie, he immediately tried to impress her, claiming he was a vice president at a company. Carrie displayed no interest in Max and mentioned she was a photographer and needed to depart because she had a photo shoot in the morning. Noah asked her to wait, as he still needed to complete his story. The day after meeting Noah, Avery went to the grocery store to buy cereal since Noah had eaten all of hers, and that's where she encountered her Prince Charming Ethan. Carrie commented that perhaps he just wasn't meant to be with Avery. After saying this, she departed. Max took Noah to the photo booth while he got a taxi. In there, Noah accidentally activated a time machine, wishing he could have a second opportunity to do everything differently. And then out of nowhere, he woke up in his house. He assumed it had all been a dream and went to the grocery store. On the way, he saw children in costumes, which was strange since Halloween had already passed. Anyway, when he looked at the date on a newspaper, he realized what was occurring. He had traveled back in time. Despite talking to the grocery store employee about the date, the employee didn't believe him, so he went to visit his friend. Upon arriving at the company where Max works, he noticed his friend wasn't a vice president yet. Through the window, Noah spotted Carrie in the middle of a photo shoot, so he decided to go talk to her. Carrie didn't recognize him, so Noah started mentioning details he knew about her. Max arrived to calm Noah down because he was getting really agitated. Noah was shocked when he heard Max introduce himself to Carrie since they were supposed to have met at the bar the previous evening. Then Noah put it all together. He had really traveled back in time and had a second opportunity to win over Avery. Excited, he ran home, put on a suit, and dressed as James Bond to go to the celebration. This time, when the guy dressed as Hulk was about to bump into Avery, Noah saved her. Knowing everything about her, he used this knowledge to catch her attention. He mentioned that he loved grapefruit juice with vodka and that she looked like a military brat. She was shocked when he guessed her father's job. They ended up going to the bar where Noah mentioned that he loved Count Basie and started performing a song. After that, they took photographs again and then headed to her apartment. Everything was going perfectly until Carrie called to say she was about to arrive. Nervous and in a hurry, Noah kissed Avery just as her friend walked in. Seeing Noah, Carrie immediately informed Avery that he was the crazy guy from that morning. Hearing this, Avery got frightened. She started yelling that he hadn't guessed anything. He already knew because, he was a stalker. Noah tried to defend himself as best as he could, but Carrie started hitting him until he was knocked out. This brought him back to the present. Noah assumed the whole time travel thing had just been a dream, so he went to apologize to Avery for throwing up in her bathroom. Ethan let him in, but didn't recognize him. However, the girls did. They started screaming that he was the stalker from 3 years earlier. Noah had to claim he had a bomb to escape. "I've got a bomb. He's got a bomb. I got him. I'm sorry. That ruined your magical evening. Have a great life." When he got home, he wondered how on earth he had traveled through time, concluding that it was the photo booth's fault. He went back to the location, put in a coin, and wished to go back in time again, which actually occurred. This time, he asked Max for assistance since his friend was good at attracting girls. Max informed him he had to act like a jerk. The more jerk, the better. And he also had to do the Sigma face. After receiving this advice, they approached the girls. Max distracted Carrie so Noah could be alone with Avery. He started acting like a jerk, which annoyed her. She couldn't stand being with him, so she departed, but Noah followed and kept bothering her. Due to his behavior, she pushed him into the pool. Noah didn't get angry and kindly requested her to help him out. She agreed, and he took the opportunity to pull her in too. They started fighting in the pool, which incredibly ended in kisses. And afterward, they went to Avery's apartment where they spent the evening together. This transported him to the present where he discovered himself in bed next to Avery. He assumed he had finally succeeded, and he was now her boyfriend. But in reality, they were just having casual hookups because he had continued being a jerk for the past 3 years. After getting dressed, Noah discovered that Ethan still knew Avery, but this time, they were just friends. Ethan was there to go running with her. Noah didn't want to leave them alone, so he decided to exercise with them, which ended terribly. Carrie offered to treat his injuries with the first aid kit in her vehicle while Ethan and Avery continued running together. This frustrated Noah, and he admitted to Carrie that he really loved Avery. They continued their conversation at a cafe where she informed him that if he was truly in love with Avery, he needed to change his behavior. Avery would never take him seriously because she was searching for someone stable, someone she could marry and start a family with. These words gave Noah an idea. He decided to become like Ethan. So he went to the photo booth, inserted a coin, and traveled back to the past again. The first thing he did was visit Max as he had to assist him get hired at the office. As evening fell, our friend went to the celebration again. This time he prevented Hulk from pushing Avery, then approached her, knowing just what to say before inviting her to the jazz club. Only this time, he wasn't the one performing. He had quit to lead a stable life. Avery appreciated this, and suddenly Noah was back in the present. In this timeline, he had gained some weight, but was content because tonight it was his engagement celebration with Avery, and he was now a millionaire. Everything seemed wonderful to him. His dream had come true. Not even Carrie staying at his house could ruin his happiness. When he left his house, he discovered his dream car. Avery informed him to arrive early since it was their engagement celebration. Noah agreed and went to work. When he arrived at the office, he was shocked to find no one there, but then everyone surprised him with a celebration to celebrate his promotion. He was now a vice president. While talking to an important Chinese client, he realized he spoke perfect Chinese. Ni hao. Max requested to speak with him alone in his new office. There, his friend accused him of betrayal, saying that Noah had gotten the vice presidency by being a bootlicker. Noah had begged the boss for the position despite knowing this was his friend's dream position. Learning this saddened Noah a little. Later, his assistant informed him he had to catch a flight for a meeting, and that his schedule was packed every day for the next few months. Because of his position, he arrived late to his own engagement celebration. To make matters worse, he attempted to perform some jazz but couldn't because he had forgotten how to play the piano. He then discovered Avery with Ethan in the bathroom as Ethan was now the one throwing up. To stake his claim, Noah kissed Avery and offered to take Ethan home. During the drive, Ethan admitted to Noah that he was in love with Avery and had actually informed her so. He knew it was wrong but felt they were meant to be together. Noah questioned what she had replied. Avery had said she wished things were different. This response left Noah deep in thought. He returned home late at evening and ran into Carrie. He questioned her why Avery didn't love him. Carrie replied that although Avery didn't love him, she did care for him a lot. It wasn't that he was a terrible guy, but sometimes there just isn't a connection between some people. Noah thanked her for her honesty and admitted that he enjoys chatting with her. He understood that Avery deserved to be content with the right man. That's why he traveled back in time, this time arriving at the celebration with Ethan, whom he introduced to Avery while he met up with Carrie. They quickly hit it off and had a wonderful time dancing. A little later, both went to the bar, and as he performed the piano, he realized that Carrie also knew how to perform. Noah questioned if she enjoyed jazz because of Avery, to which she replied that Avery knew jazz because of her. She had also made Avery's dress, and in fact, everything Noah appreciated about Avery was characteristic of Carrie's personality. She then mentioned that she enjoyed going out tonight, as she was just getting over a breakup. Later, they all had fun taking photographs together, and suddenly Noah was back in the present. This time he was friends with Max again, although to his shock, he and Carrie weren't a couple. Desperate, Noah went to visit Carrie, informing her that they were connected, that Avery and Ethan would always connect just like he did with her. She informed him they hadn't seen each other in years, and she was actually back with her ex. He admitted to her that the most significant and genuine moments of the past 3 years were spent with her. Talking to her made him realize that for everything to occur as it should, he needed to go back and change nothing. So he quickly headed to the bar, but upon arrival, he discovered that the magic photo booth was no longer there. This saddened him, and he spent his time drinking until Avery and Ethan arrived. They had been concerned because he hadn't shown up at their engagement celebration. After all, they were best friends. She questioned him why he was taking photographs in that machine when she had given him the one that was there before. This made him very content, and he quickly went back home to travel to the past one last time, but this time without changing anything from the original story. This brought him back to the beginning of the story at the engagement celebration, where he was drinking happily. After this, he met up with Carrie. He informed her she looked good, and after a little chat, he invited her to listen to jazz. She hesitated a bit, but eventually agreed, which marked the beginning of a beautiful relationship. And with this scene, the story ends. Don't miss out on future recaps. Subscribe, leave a like, and comment if you have already seen this story. Thanks for watching.